All right, finally, the universal Mandela effect. A lot of people have been asking me to do a video based on the Mandela effect, but it supersedes what we assume is really going on. So I titled this video, The Universal Mandela Effect. Now, the universe is one big computer which holds data and information, which is the people who live in it. Now, if data can be rewinded and downloaded onto other disks, which represents the dimensions, then we being the data can be rewinded, edited, and placed on other disks, the disks being those other dimensions. Now, if you look at your neighborhood right now, and you wake up tomorrow and look at it, you may say that this is the same neighborhood, but in many instances, it may not be. It may not be. What do I mean by that? When we look at our environments, we only see the things that the physical eyes allows us to see, but there are things that are unseen that we walk through and walk past every day and not know it. You may see the trees and not see the dimensions that the trees are also in while it is in this dimension. You may see a car driving down the expressway and run off the road and assume that the person in the car was intoxicated, but you really didn't see the car and that other dimension that hit the side of that car, causing it to run off the road. Think about what I'm saying. Now, a lot of people don't know that we are living in environments that exist within environments. We are living in environments that exist within environments. Now, I do have my own theory. So just because a physical environment may appear to look the same at two different times doesn't mean that the environment that you are seeing is in the same environment. Now, like I said, I do have my own theory where I believe that when another part of the world is sleeping, the people who are asleep in that other part of the world come here as certain animals. And when we sleep, we go to other places to become certain animals and people as well. Now, a lot of people have been asking me to speak on this Mandela effect. And I have addressed it, but only in fragments throughout parts of certain videos I have done. So to me, the Mandela effect is an interference with the memory of the environment. And since we are a part of the environment, our memory is also affected with the environment that we are in. So since we are data, and data could be edited and manipulated, we could very well be living in 1945 while being in the now. They can be telling you that it's 2017, but in actuality, it could be 3017. Ronald Reagan could very well be the president right now, but you may be manipulated by the memory of your environment through the CERN system to think that a person named Donald Trump is the president. Now, I'm going to come back to this because I'm going to tie it all in. I hear a lot of people arguing over whether the earth is round or flat, but the question we need to be asking is, how can we even prove that we even live on an earth, or if this earth that we learned about in an educational facility set up by liars is even real? Think about what I'm saying. I'm about to read an article that was sent to me by a student from Georgia State University who follows me closely pertaining to things I say about how animals can see things that we cannot. How animals can see things that we cannot. And it reads, in the realm of multidimensionality and merging, animals are adepts. Animals move through dimensions. Have you ever seen an insect or a bird 1 minute and then the next second it has gone? Animals are very concerned with the quality of life, much more so than ourselves. When the quality of life is in question, the animals automatically migrate toward a more sustaining reality. They remove themselves into other domains of existence, for they are programmed to survive. Animals are intelligent and flexible and have many more adventures than we do as so-called humans. Animals don't need to build shopping centers, graveyards, watch television and movies, and distract themselves with superficial forms of entertainment. Do you think animals are ever bored? Do you think animals ever wonder what to do next? They have many, many adventures that we are not quite capable of understanding, though we will one day. Insects and frogs, for an example, open dimensional avenues with their sounds. Others may travel on sound. You heard what I said? Insects and frogs can open dimensional avenues with their sounds. So the things that we are hearing in a physical dimension is opening up portals on a spiritual dimension that they can see because they are more subjected to the universe. Others may travel on sound. Dreams are journeys into other realities, and dreams is sound. Sound creates images. So depending on the frequency of the universe that you are living in, at the time that you go into that seventh gate, which we call the dream world, this is the images that you are seeing because you are a part of the universe. So yes, dreams are journeys into other realities. You can best relate to the concept of dreaming, knowing that when you sleep, you go into another world that does exist. Everything exists because it is connected, whether memory is open or not. Everything exists because it is connected, whether memory is open or not. The reason why I say it exists is because it is in your own reality. Your reality exists. All right? Beetles, earthworms, and frogs know they go from one reality to another. They go into other worlds, yet they are right here in this world. They go into other worlds, yet they are right here in this world. Insects are represented in greater numbers than any other class of animals on our planet, and they take up less space. They keep a balance, for without the insects, our planet would simply be anything. It would be zero. They keep a balance, for without the insects, our planet would simply be anything. It would be zero. Insects are multidimensional and act as unseen guardians for many worlds. Some of the creator so-called gods are insect-like in appearance and character. There are people who have taken photographs and had encounters with beings who look partly human and partly insects. The creator gods, as they say, have duplicated themselves into many forms to be here as a silent representative of their own species. Insects work with us in a way we cannot conceive at this time. You think they just accidentally land or crawl on you, when in actuality, they are checking out your electromagnetic frequency. We do not look like ourselves to insects. Remember I was saying before, the birds and everything else don't see us the way we see ourselves when we look into the mirror. We do not look like ourselves to insects. You are a force field, and there are certain parts of you that are very attractive to insects because of the pheromones you give off. Perhaps when they give you a little nip here and there, you are getting used to their identity, meaning they are downloading something into you so that you can identify with them, or that subconscious part of you that is not aware of the other parts of them that you can't see can identify with what they are giving to you. There are many forms of life that will come to awareness and existence. You will want to capture these forms of life and put them in a zoo. You will want to capture these forms of life and put them in a zoo. To them, you are a zoo. To them, you are in a zoo, like a prison locked behind bars. They want to assist you and bring you back to interspecies communication. They are waiting to see if you can relate to particular animals or species. As you demonstrate your acknowledgement of intelligence in all forms of life, you begin to qualify as an ambassador or diplomatic representative of these various species. Life will become very strange indeed. And keep in mind, this is still the article I'm reading from that was sent to me by the student of Georgia State University. Now, when a frog creates a croaking sound, it creates an opening to other dimensions for the animal kingdom, for insects in particular, but for many members of the animal kingdom. Frogs and insects keep frequencies and have certain abilities. Frogs, when they croak in the stillness of the day or night, create a harmonic and a spinning momentum. Surrounding energies can move into this sound and experience what is life to be other forms of life quite easily. All animals are much more in tune with multiple realities than humans are, and they can teach you about these realities. Some people are able to merge with animals and explore the animal kingdom to discover what it is like to be in the living library, which I call the universe city. Universe city. This is our library. Many very intelligent forms of life can manifest themselves by merging with the animal and plant kingdoms. In this way, they can come peek into your reality. These intelligent forms of life want to merge with you. The library cards. We are the library cards. The way they can access the library through you as humans is quite different from the way they can access the library by entering this dimension as squirrels and other things. You are complex and you have a tremendous amount of knowledge inside of you, mainly your DNA, because you are your DNA. And your soul runs through your DNA, and your soul is intelligence, which is memory through multiple lifetimes that you've been in or where you are existing right now. So the animals can see that. And as you prepare yourselves to merge with other forms of sentient existence, you will be able to bring peace to your planet. You will be able to bring a magnificent new upliftment, a new way of being. It will seem as if it is coming out of you, and yet you will know that it is more than you because it is you. Understand that there is great intelligence in all life forms, and the experience of all life is waiting for you. Open your emotional selves and employ the vital force of love as key to your own spiritual development. That's the end of that article. Now, this is why when I talk about autistic children being connected to other dimensions, I feel that they are reflected through these ancestors in the form of the animals we see. When I examine a praying mantis, for an example, and how it moves its hands, I can see autistic people creating the same vibrations and frequencies with their hands, the way that they move it, similar to the motion of these praying mantis. I also have my own theory where when bees sting you, they are uploading information into you by way of the stingers that they place in you, and you can die 6 years later, because that was how long it took for the software from that realm of information where that bee came from to upload and take you into another body of intelligence to teach you that information that they placed into you by way of that stinger. Again, I believe that animals who sleep here at night become what we call humans on the other side of the world, and humans here, when they sleep at night, become animals and other things on the other side of the world. So when you see a bird or a cat following you, listen to this closely. When you see a bird or a cat following you, that can very well be someone, human, in a cat or bird body who is asleep on the other side of the world dreaming about you. And this is yet you dreaming about yourself. So when you go to sleep, you could be in another dimension as a bird and get hit by a car and die in your sleep. And because you died in your sleep, because you was connected to that bird that you were in your dream on the other side of the world, getting hit by that car and dying, you died out from this realm in your sleep. All right? So for all of those who have your third eye open, when we are talking about the Mandela effect, this is a universal Mandela effect. Think about it. Are you really living on an earth? Who taught you that you was living on an earth? Somebody taught you that. The same people that told you that Columbus founded America, which was a lie, taught you that you was living on an earth. So why are you still believing that you live on an earth? And if you're not living on an earth, where are you? Are you in your mind, creating your own problems, creating your own emotions, creating your own oppression? The Mandela effect is occurring all around us, every day. Many of us have experienced this when we fall asleep and wake up, because many of us have died in our sleep, not knowing that we have awakened into other dimensions that is similar to the one we passed away from. We wake up to these same dimensions, seeing the same people, the same neighbors, going to the same job, living in the same house. But the thing is, you might run into somebody that you were in the dimension that you are now in, and they may say that you look familiar. Why is that? Because you may have known that person in another lifetime and died before them. And now here you are creating deja vu, because you have time traveled through the parallel universe to meet someone who attended your funeral in the past, but that memory was erased when they crossed over into another time within that dimension to meet you again. Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.